The Haunting at Fredbear's. Once upon a time in a small town, there was a pizza parlor called Freddy Fazbear's. It was a gloomy evening, and the sky had turned a dark, brooding purple, casting eerie shadows all around. This setting was perfect for the spine-chilling tale that was about to unfold. At the center of our story was a shy young boy named Benny. Benny was unlike the other kids in town, as he was more introverted and had a vivid imagination that often led him to escape into his own world. Among his various interests, he held a peculiar fascination for Freddy Fazbear's and its animatronics. The fantastical stories and characters resonated with him, but one animatronic in particular, the mighty Fredbear, captured his attention. Fredbear was the star of the pizza parlor, towering over the other animatronics with his fierce jaws and a lively purple bow. But beneath the bright lights and the laughter of children, something sinister seemed to lurk. One day at school, Benny overheard some older kids talking about the Bite of 83, a story involving Fredbear and a small child that the management had supposedly swept under the rug. This mysterious tale piqued Benny's curiosity, and he became determined to uncover the truth behind the haunting event. A few days later, Benny found himself standing before the ominous Freddy Fazbear's pizza, his heart pounding in his chest. He had decided to investigate the Bite of 83, hoping to dispel the terrifying rumors surrounding Fredbear. As he stepped inside the bustling parlor, a cacophony of sounds assaulted Benny's ears. Despite the cheery atmosphere, he couldn't shake off his unease. His eyes darted around until they finally settled on the imposing figure of Fredbear on the stage. Summoning all his courage, Benny approached the towering animatronic. But as he stood before it, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over him. To his astonishment, he noticed that Fredbear's eyes seemed to be tracking his every move. Battling his fears, Benny decided to address Fredbear. In a hushed tone, he asked, "What happened in 83, Fredbear?" There was no response from the animatronic, but Benny felt a chilling breeze brush past him. Undeterred, Benny persisted, his voice barely a whisper as he inquired, "Did you hurt a child in 83? Suddenly, the lights flickered, and Fredbear's massive jaws creaked open. Just as Benny was about to retreat, he heard a faint whimper. Turning around, he saw a ghostly boy with teary eyes, quietly sobbing in the corner. Benny reached out to comfort the child, but to his shock, his hand passed right through the boy. Pale and frightened, Benny stammered, "Who are you?" The ghostly figure stared silently at Benny before uttering a single word, "Run!" Panic gripped Benny, and as he turned to flee, he locked eyes with Fredbear, now glowing eerily in the dim light. The animatronic's large jaws creaked open even wider, and a bone-chilling mechanical growl filled the room. Benny wanted to run, but it felt as though his feet were glued to the floor. Suddenly, Fredbear sprang to life, its mechanical limbs flailing and growls growing louder. The room grew colder, and everything began to spin. Then, out of nowhere, the ghostly boy reappeared, positioning himself between Benny and Fredbear. Raising his ghostly arms, he shouted, "Stop!" The animatronic halted abruptly, and the room fell into a terrifying silence as the ghost and the animatronic confronted each other. The ghost then turned to Benny, his eyes filled with determination. "Leave, Benny," he instructed. "This is not your fight." Without a second thought, Benny stumbled backward, tripping over his own feet, and fled the room. Once outside, Benny gasped for breath, tears streaking down his face. He had ventured into Freddy seeking answers, but what he had found were secrets far darker and more horrifying than the stories he had originally heard. He looked back at the pizza parlor, its once enchanting allure now replaced by fear and sorrow. The tale of the Bite of 83 was no simple accident. It was a chilling story of a restless spirit trapped in a nightmarish existence. From that day forward, Benny vowed never to set foot inside the pizza parlor again. The haunting image of Fredbear and the ghostly boy remained etched in his mind, serving as a somber reminder of his terrifying encounter. Word of Benny's experience spread throughout the town, and the stories of the Bite of 83 resurfaced, sending a chill down everyone's spine. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza slowly began to lose its customers and turned into an abandoned place. One day, as Benny passed by the forsaken Freddy's, its faded sign stood as a grim symbol of forgotten joy. His heart ached for the ghostly child, forever trapped in a perpetual nightmare, held captive by the monstrous Fredbear. Benny would never forget the haunting at Freddy's. It served as a grim reminder that some secrets are best left untouched, and some tales, no matter how enthralling, can harbor horrors too terrifying to comprehend. As Benny grew older, his interest in the supernatural endured, but his approach evolved. He pledged to use his fascination to help others, ensuring that no one else would have to endure a night of terror like his. Thus, the story of the young boy's encounter with a haunted animatronic transformed into more than just a tale of fear. It became a story of growth. From the nightmares of a haunted past, a brave young man emerged, stronger and more determined, ready to face whatever other mysteries the world held. Thanks for staying until the end of the video. Like, share and subscribe to the channel.